All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the routine Monday weekly briefing for Central North Carolina, covering the period from today through Sunday, August 20th. And I'm meteorologist Jimmy Danko. And let's go ahead and get started. So first, as you can see, we have a heat advisory in effect today for a good portion of Central North Carolina. Really everywhere outside of the Northwest Piedmont and far northern Piedmont up near Roxborough and Henderson. But otherwise, we're expecting heat indices reaching and exceeding 105, possibly as high as 110 this afternoon. And early evening, we have the heat advisory in effect from noon to 8 p.m. today. So just make sure to take extra precautions particularly if you work or spend extended amounts of time outside. Never leave children and pets unattended in vehicles. Drink plenty of water, especially if you're going to be outside for a while. And as well, besides just the heat, we also have a risk for severe storms today. Basically, from Raleigh north and east, there's a slight risk, a level 2 out of 5 for severe storms from the Storm Prediction Center today. And then elsewhere in Central North Carolina, there's a marginal risk for a level 1 out of 5. And slight risk means that scattered severe storms are possible. And the main threats are damaging wind gusts and large hail. Not really too concerned about a tornado threat at this time. The timing is from 4 to 10 p.m. today. And looking at tomorrow, we are also expecting a risk for strong to severe storms. I think tomorrow the coverage of showers and storms is going to be greater than it will be today. Looks like it's going to be pretty widespread tomorrow. However, the Storm Prediction Center has still a very similar area to today under a level 2 of 5 risk, basically from the Raleigh area north and east. The one change, though, with tomorrow compared to today is with the greater coverage of showers and storms, there's also a risk for some excessive rain and flooding. So essentially from about the US 1 corridor eastward, the Weather Prediction Center has a slight risk for excessive rain. And as you can see here, that means scattered flash floods are possible, still mainly localized. The most vulnerable spots are urban areas, roads, small streams, and washes. Isolated significant flash flooding is even possible. And this is a result of a slow-moving cold front that will be moving through later in the day and evening tomorrow. The timing of these storms is basically from 2 p.m. to midnight tomorrow. And again, flash flooding is a concern, and also damaging winds and large hail, as well, and dangerous cloud to ground lightning. Again, I don't think there's much of a tornado threat tomorrow, however, so at least that's some good news. Looking at the upcoming weather pattern for Central North Carolina. So again, we have a heat advisory in effect for today for much of the area, and strong to severe storms are possible today. You can see the cold front we're expecting to be draped across the Ohio and Tennessee valleys by this evening. And then by tomorrow, the cold front moves through our area, so we're expecting more widespread coverage of showers and storms. And then by Wednesday and Thursday, it looks like the front kind of stalls out near or east of us. So scattered showers and storms may persist across the south and east on these days, mainly in the afternoon and evening. And then by Friday, it looks like we have like a reinforcing cold front that will move through with high pressure building in for the weekend. So that should help dry things out. And looking at the severe storm potential for the next week, again, we have the slight risks across the Northeast today and tomorrow with marginal risks elsewhere. And then we're just in risk for general thunder on Wednesday. So not expecting widespread severe weather at this time after tomorrow. And I still think with today and tomorrow, the main threats will be damaging wind gusts, but some large hail can't be ruled out either. Looking at the excessive rain outlooks for the next few days, again, tomorrow is really the only day that we're concerned about flooding. Isolated scattered flash flooding will be possible. By Wednesday, they still clip our far southeast, like southern Sampson County, with a marginal risk for excessive rain as well. So looking at the rainfall forecast through the next 5 days from the Weather Prediction Center, you can see that today we're generally expecting up to around ½ an inch on average, but locally higher amounts can't be ruled out where there are storms. And then tomorrow we're expecting heavier rainfall amounts, more in the ½ inch to maybe even approaching 2 inches in some spots, especially again from the US 1 corridor eastward. And then by Wednesday and Thursday, the amounts go down again somewhat, more on the order of maybe 1/4 to ½ inch across the far southeast. And then we really dry out by Friday. So the 5-day totals look like on the order of about 1 to maybe 2 or even a little over 2 inches. So it is going to be a fairly wet period coming up, but most of the rain will be today and tomorrow, I think. So looking at the tropics, the National Hurricane Center has a couple areas that they're monitoring well out in the Atlantic. There's a tropical wave that's expected to move off of Africa, and there's also an area of low pressure in the central tropical Atlantic. And both of these could potentially develop into tropical systems over the next several days, but there's no imminent concerns for central North Carolina at this time with anything related to the tropics. So looking at the 8 to 14 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, so this is valid August 21st through the 27th. You can see that we are in greater chances of above normal temperatures and normal equal chances of above or below normal precipitation. And just for reference, normal high temperatures this time of year across central North Carolina are generally in the mid to upper 80s and lows in the upper 60s. So it looks like there's a pretty good chance that we're going to have conditions even warmer than that. So just to summarize, again, a heat advisory is in effect today for much of the area. Heat indices could be in the 105 to 110 range across basically much of the area outside of the far northern and western Piedmont. And so make sure to take necessary precautions for the heat. And then strong to severe storms are also possible today, with a level 2 of 5 risk across the Northeast. And the greatest threat is from 4 to 10 p.m. Main threat from damaging wind gusts, but some isolated large hail can't be ruled out either. And then more widespread coverage of showers and storms tomorrow with another level 2 of 5 risk for severe storms, as well as a risk for some localized flash flooding. And tomorrow there is also potential for some more hot and humid conditions. We may need another heat advisory for parts of the area tomorrow. And then after that, more isolated to scattered showers and storms are expected across the south and east on Wednesday and Thursday. And then another cold front will move through on Friday with drier conditions expected into the weekend. All right, and that concludes the Monday weekly briefing for Central North Carolina. I will now take any questions.